Hey, and welcome to Lemon Drops, brought to you by the Smoky Lemon crew. Well, we're talking branding, marketing, and everything in between. So grab a coffee, sit back, and let's drop in. Welcome along to our next episode of Lemon Drops. Two very special guests in with me today. I know I say every time that they're special guests, but everyone that comes on our podcast is special guests. But today I've got two local Taranaki legends, Terry and Tanya Long. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Morning, Anna.
Now, Terry, well, you wear a lot of different hats, but today you guys are in here to talk about the charity you started in honour of your late daughter, Melissa, which is the Mellowpuff Charitable Trust. So it's great that we're doing this in May because the trust started up in May 2006, Tanya?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what, 20 years next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
20.
So Melissa was your daughter, and, well, she still is your daughter.
Yeah.
But she was sick, right? Are you okay to tell us a little bit of the background?
Yeah.
So what happened?
Oh, yeah, you tell us.
She had the flu.
Sorry.
She wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
And she was still at Devon Intermediate.
Yeah.
Then we sent her back to school, and she was playing indoor netball. She used to play that out Kartiri
Right.
Road.
Mm-hmm.
And she came off and said, oh, I've got no energy, I'm getting short of breath and stuff. And I said, well, we'll take you back to the doctors and see what's going on. So I took her back, and then about 2 hours later they rang and told us to get up to the hospital because they wanted to do tests on her because her white cell count wasn't reading right. And as soon as the doctor said that, I thought, oh, here we go. And so we went up to Taranaki base, and then they started doing tests, and they said, oh, we need to send you up to Starship. We're not happy with the results, but they wouldn't say why. And then the next day we got flown up to Starship, and they said, so she's got leukemia. And it's like, whoa, okay.
How old was she?
12.
12.
Yeah, she was 12. So, yeah, and that's when they started telling us everything. And they said the one thing against her was puberty because she was going through the stages, but she had a 90% survival.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So you guys would have thought, it's got to be okay.
Yeah. And she had the best out of the two. She had ALL, which was the better one of the two leukemias for treating. Yeah, so we were only supposed to be up there for 2 weeks, but we ended up being up there for 8 weeks. Okay. Because of side effects that were happening. And
from the treatment?
From the treatment and everything. So, yeah, so that's how.
And obviously we were part of the 10% then.
Yes.
Yeah.
She always liked to be in the small percentage. Like with schooling and stuff. She was so fussy and so particular, and she just wanted nothing but excellent, and she wanted to be in that little percentage. And this is the one percentage that we would be happy that she wasn't in, but yeah.
So she passed away when she was 17?
Yes.
Yeah. So was that a 5-year battle the whole time? Yeah.
Yeah, she had 2 years of treatment, and then would just go for checkups every month or so. And then they asked one checkup if she had the flu, and I said, no, she has not. And they said, oh, she's showing signs that she's had an infection, so we need to send you up to Starship. So we went back up, and they said, we have to check to make sure she hasn't relapsed, and she had. So, and they said because she's relapsed, it means that the cancer that she had was a nasty one, and it was going to keep coming back, so she had to have a bone marrow transplant.
Okay.
So then the boys got tested, and Nick,
your sons,
the youngest, he was a perfect match, 6 out of 6, which they've never had before.
Sweet,
So he ended up going under, and they took the bone marrow out from his hip.
Right.
Yeah. And then she ended up getting it, and we were out the quickest out of isolation as well. She recovered really quick.
Yeah.
But it ended up being a side effect that took her, because she got graft versus host, which is Nick's DNA attacking the body. Usually the body will attack what's been put in, but with this it's the other way around. Right. And they want graft versus host because then they know it's working.
Okay.
And but it kind of got missed a little bit and ignored, kind of fobbed off by somebody. From one doctor couldn't understand why we're going in because she had a rash. And I said, we were told she got a rash, we had to come in.
Right, yeah.
And with Melissa, she was always different. She didn't get the rash where it should be, which is on your hands and stuff. She got it around her midriff. Yeah. So they said, oh, it's just dry skin. So we got sent to a specialist. he gave us the steroid cream, but I couldn't understand him properly, so I rang Starship and said to the nurse, look, I couldn't understand him properly, but we've been given this cream. She said, why have you got the cream? I said, Melissa's got a rash. And she said, I'll be back with you. And like half an hour later, she rang, she said, you're on the next flight up.
Get up, yeah.
So, yeah, because they got in touch with Taranaki base, and what had happened is they'd sent the photos to the main specialist of Melissa, and then they sent the blood test to her other specialist. So they didn't send them together.
Yeah.
So it got missed.
Oh.
Yeah.
That you must find that hard, is it?
Yeah. That it's like I said when she passed away, I said to him, look, I don't blame you guys, because she was always different. When she was having some treatment, they'd tell us this is going to happen, and it didn't. And then the time that it should get treatment, nothing should happen, it would happen.
Yeah.
So she was really going against the books and
She liked being
confusing
at
them.
that different percentile. Yeah.
So they ended up taking photos of her with her rash because they've never had it there before, and they asked me if she minded because they wanted to use it in their conferences to show people. Don't just go by the book and think it's on the hand, that's it. It can come up.
So, for the future, that could help others, but unfortunately not so good for you guys.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like, obviously, as a payoff, you would much rather have your daughter still here, guaranteed, of course. But Mellowpuff Trust was born from Melissa's passing.
Yes.
So, Terry, that came about a little bit from Melissa talking to you from her hospital bed?
Yeah, we, when you have sick kids, the community rallies. So we had a lot of support from the schools, our neighbours, friends, sporting clubs. We got a lot of support through our 5-year journey. And, to explain it to the kids, especially Melissa, she always wants to, why does this happen? Why do people helping us? There's this phrase, what comes around goes around.
Right, yeah.
So if you do some good stuff, in whatever way that is, feels like, looks like, so if you receive some support, maybe you can give back, down the track or when it's appropriate. So what comes around goes around.
Sure.
So we just came back from Aussie, and got rushed back up to Starship, and she asked to talk to me in one of the rooms up there, and I've got a couple of things. If I want to talk to you about a couple of things, and the first one was that she said she was running out of puff, and she asked if she could be cremated and be at home with the boys and Tanya and I, and kind of, oh wow, you haven't talked about this before. So she knew.
Yeah.
And then I kind of lost it.
Yeah, of course.
All right, haven't had this conversation before, and
No.
I was quite emotional, and
because you thought she was going to be sweet.
Sweet, yeah, I thought she was going to be
Because
sweet.
she's had meningitis. She got meningitis. She had a sore thumb, and they did tests, and she had meningitis.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So we did a little trick on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and she always came out of it.
Right.
Always came out of it. But before Terry got called up, I was up there with her because when we were told to take her on a trip against doctors' approval, but they said take her.
This is like a bucket list trip.
Yeah. Because what happened was she ended up getting bronchiolitis obliterans. And that's the side effect from getting the graft versus host and stuff.
Okay.
And what it is that it ends up filling up the lungs with mucus, and you end up running out of breath. And like I said, what's the recovery? And they said there's no recovery.
Oh, God.
And I said, what's the timeline? And they said, well, from when we usually have people get it to when they pass, it's usually 3 months. So, and like we wanted to get it to Aussie.
So I know this.
Nah.
Oh,
So by the time we came back from Aussie, she could hardly walk. So it was a wheelchair and stuff. And I took her in to the hospital because she wasn't too good, and we wanted a wheelchair because she was getting her hair done.
Okay, yeah.
And they looked at it and they said, can we do some tests? And Melissa begrudgingly let them do some tests. And then we got back into the car, and next minute I can see the doctor coming, and the look on Mel's face is, oh my God, here we go. And he goes, can we get Melissa back in? And I said, well, you talk to her. I'm not talking to her. So he said, Melissa, we need you back in. You're anemic, and we need to give you a blood transfusion and stuff.
Okay.
So we went back up, and that's when they said it looked like her kidneys were failing and she had to go up to Starship.
Okay.
So we went up, and that was a Sunday, and then the Monday they did x-rays, and they called me in and showed me, and her lungs were white.
Yeah.
They should be black.
Okay.
Yeah. So they said we can't guarantee she'll make it home. That's how quick. And they said, you need to get Terry up here. So that's when I said, you and the boys need to get up here ASAP.
And you just sort of thought she'd come, you know.
Yeah, I know this
She'll be
at
right.
the time.
Yeah.
Because, what you don't see and what you don't hear.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So now we just went back to the future. Now we can.
Yeah. So
You got it correct there.
Oh, no. Let's get.
lucky Tanya's here, eh, Terry?
Sorry. Yeah, it's different versions.
Yeah.
So the second part of that, she said two things, is that I've still got a little bit of money in my bank account. She was saving up to go to university, and she said, you know, like how people have been helping us, and you always tell me what comes around goes around, is I'm running out of puff, I'm not going to make it.
Okay.
And could you use that money to help other Tanuki kids who are going through similar adversity? Could you help them?
Yeah.
And she's a smart girl. Like,
Well, look at her parents.
yeah. Oh, no. Must be great. I'm sorry, no. So I promised her that I would.
Yeah.
I said, like, and I was in bits. And so I promised her that I would. And, and then she was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then hours later, a couple of hours later.
No, it was
A few hours. I can't remember. You lose track of time.
A few hours later.
Oh, yeah, she passed.
Because she was
Right.
calling, like, she called her best friend Erin in to have some
so she
time
was
with
with us.
her. And
Yeah.
she was, you know, wanting to talk to people separately and stuff. And
Yep.
She knew.
yeah, she knew. And like, I'd been, and she said, you're crying, Mum. And I go, no. She said, yeah, you have. And I said, well, I don't want to cry in front of you, Mel.
Yeah.
And there was one stage where she was in there, and Terry's dad kept talking, and she sat up. She had enough energy that she sat up and she said, everyone out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sleep like this. So we had to kick everyone out of the room. But then we knew when she was close to going, we said to everyone, look, come back in, but don't make a sound.
Yeah.
Just be.
So, yeah, just be there and, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so then if we fast forward Melissa's wish to you guys to help others, on the day of her funeral, you were able to announce about Mellowpuff Charitable Trust.
Yeah, so we've done some work with, we thought, oh, heck, we need to do it properly. We
I
don't know.
couldn't remember their names. He was at your work and his wife sorted it.
Yeah, the McDougalls, Alex and
Shelley McDougall.
Yeah, and Shelley.
Oh, they're awesome.
Yeah, so they said, we'll help
You
you.
realise that.
Yeah, no.
So it was Shelley that got it sorted.
Yeah, so Shelley got it rolling.
Yeah.
So Shelley, I worked with Alex and met Shelley, and she said, I'll help you.
Yeah.
So she was right at the start. We don't know nothing about if we're going to set something up. We had no idea.
We didn't even realise she'd done this.
Yeah, so she'd
she
done it
told
right.
us on the day of the funeral.
All sorted.
Yeah.
And then so, she was amazing at the start, and we're forever grateful.
Yeah.
And then she enlisted like Karen Venables, who was, I think, Reeves Middleton and Young, because you got to do
Lawyer,
prop
yeah.
and stuff. And then, the funeral, like, heaps people were, like, donating money and stuff like that. Like, so we mentioned it, and they, oh, my God, and the amount of money that came in at the funeral.
Yeah.
And we were like, and we didn't use it for the funeral.
But people would have felt like they wanted to do something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. And you can only have so many club sandwiches delivered.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And then, it was kind of like surreal.
Yeah. Like it kind of happened. It just like
Unscripted.
Yeah.
It was like, it was,
But now you've got this trust and there's money in it. Yeah.
So we, and then we thought, that's cool. And Mel had some money in the trust, and we thought, we know nothing. So Karen helped us set up a deed. So you've got to have a deed.
Right,
It's going to have a charitable status. So
Took a little while, eh?
it took a while, and we're like, I don't know if you know Anna, but 3 kids, Spotswood College passed away in a short space of time.
Is there?
Senior, and Mel was the middle one.
Right.
So the kids at the school, we set up a trust. Why don't we involve them in what it looks like, feels like a little bit? Not the be all and end all, but let's help them, because a lot of them are Mel's friends.
Yes.
So they kind of come up with a little design.
Yep.
With and they call it Mellowpuff biscuits.
Yeah.
So
Mel, because Mel's favourite biscuits are Mellowpuffs. Your entire family's favourite biscuits are Mel.
Oh yeah.
Griffins, we're happy to let you use their
This is
name.
the Mellowpuff body. Yeah. So
Well,
we thought
we're not blood, but I think I had a Mellowpuff buddy too.
So we're like, oh wow, what do we need to do? And then so we had to write to Griffins.
Yeah.
With our intention and what we wanted to do and why we wanted to do it. Eh?
She'd already done that.
Oh, Shelley had done it.
She'd already done it.
She'd done it. So
That's why we were able to
I'm like,
announce
what the
the
heck's
name.
going on?
Yeah.
It's just Shelley did so much of the
But
we
that's-
just had to do the logo and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of something you'll be forever grateful for,
Yeah.
because when you're grieving parents, the last thing you want to try and focus on, or you want to do it because that was Mel's wish.
Yeah.
But how do you go about that when
Yeah.
you're in the middle of the worst grief you could imagine?
Yeah.
And so to have that done for you,
She said it's all taken care of.
wow. So
Yeah.
so what were the first things Mellowpuff Trust did with the money?
Oh,
Or what are some things you can remember?
well, the first thing we did is like, oh, that's cool. We've got some money coming, and Mel's money.
Yes, yeah.
Why don't we do something to get a little bit more money, like over a barbecue and a beer? We're talking to our mate Dave, and let's have a golf day out at Manakariki. So when
It's a one-off.
one off golf day, because when Mel passed, then they gave me a 1 year free membership.
Oh,
Yeah.
best thing.
Yeah, so I live in Spotswood.
Yeah.
I went out to Manakariki every Saturday morning because it's a group of about 20 guys and girls, and you tee off and you have a chat, you play golf.
So good for you.
So it's excited. I probably would have been in a dark place where I was.
Yeah.
And then our best mate's father-in-law passed away with cancer as well, and it's kind of why don't we say thank you? What comes around goes around.
Yes, yes.
So we have a golf day. It's got to be at Manu
Yes, of course. Yeah.
because they help me on my journey. Have it there. Let's raise a few dollars and then let's start helping some kids. So there's some pretty special things that happened that day.
Mm.
So a person gave us an envelope
Mm.
and said, "This is for the trust. I hope it
Okay.
goes well." And it was $10,000.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, remain anonymous.
From their own pocket.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10,000.
Wow.
I had to sweet talk my boss to give me time off. He had to play, and he gets a hole in one on the gambling hole, and took the money just quietly. Bless him.
What, the 10 grand?
No.
no.
It was like you pay $10, you can triple your money.
Oh, yeah.
My old mate John Goody, he got a hole in one.
And he
Bless him. And then
didn't think of donating that.
no. But he had to play.
Right.
Like, yeah. Like, gave me a day off.
Mm.
And then we did a bit of a prize giving. Everyone knows me through sport, Anna. So he had a few things to auction off,
Yes,
and
of course.
all good. And then it was a pretty cool day, and we was like, when you thank people, hey guys, thanks for being part of this journey. It was painstaking to do a golf day.
Yeah.
We didn't really want to do it, but we thought, let's do our little
Because
bit.
you would have been pretty new into your grief journey at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it was hard work, mate. But we got there.
Yeah.
And then, I did the spell. Thanks for coming, and enjoy the rest of your day and the weekend, because it was on a Friday.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Aaron Langton or Hayden Langton or one of the Langtons go, all right, everyone's seeing Opunaki next year. We were like, what?
Yeah.
Is it an
everyone-
annual thing?
Everyone goes, yes. And I'm like,
And we
no.
go, oh, shit.
I'm like, what is going on?
Went off because of course the LinkedIn's are from Opunaki.
Yeah.
They know that, so they're important to us, as a
Of course.
lot of people are going to mention are important to us. But they see an Opunaki, we're like, no, we've got no intention of doing another one.
But how many years have we done an annual golf day for now?
Because what
No,
it
it's what-
it was good, it brings people together.
Yes.
We're not the only ones that have been on a journey. So we get a lot of people that they come for a different reason, like Mel's old school mates come and play.
Bless them.
And they're in mid-30s now, but they're all over the world.
They used to be the caddies.
They used to be the caddies.
So they could be involved.
We had 18 caddies. So we had 24 caddies.
Yeah.
So all Mel's friends came and caddied that day, and now some come back and still play.
Yeah.
There's a whole team of Mel's mates from school come back and play.
Still play.
Dana's still your caddy.
Yeah, Dana, Dana still caddies for us to this day.
For them, it's something tangible every year that they can stop to hold space for Mel for and be involved as well. And it keeps that new, it's like creating new memories for them in a way. Yeah.
I think their life journey's changed too, but they kind of like, one day a year they come and support us.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it's nice. It means a lot to us, eh?
Yeah, it does.
So, and then other people have been through similar journeys. They've lost kids. So some people come in, or some people going through adversity themselves. There's a lot of generous people in Taranaki.
Yes,
as you know, there's some generous people, and they get what we're doing. They like what we do, and they I think more important, they like how we do it. So we know make a song and dance to it. I'm probably going to get shit from this podcast because then I'll be out there.
Yeah, I know, because you're normally guys are
No.
you're quite private about this. Like, for Tanya to be here, it's a big deal. I appreciate that so much.
Because we like to go under the radar.
Yeah,
We just like help kids.
You do, yeah. And you guys have, you know, in my previous career, I've been involved in some of your fundraising, and you know, the ones that stick in my mind was your break and enters that you do it for.
Yeah.
Like, Tanya loves Christmas. When do the decorations start coming out at your house, Terry?
I'm out. I'm tipping out, mate.
That's it.
The Christmas shop open on Saturday. She was the first one to.
I wasn't the first because I couldn't find my car key.
Whatever.
But
Terry had them.
No, mate, yeah.
But
Actually, I did.
literally, you make an excuse for a family to go somewhere else. You literally turn up and you bring Christmas to that house.
Yeah.
Not only do that, you fill the fridges and the freezers, and we do the gardens, and we get the place looking mint. And you, it's so special. And you speak to the families about what the children might like, and I mean, that's huge what you guys do there.
yeah, we had to change it up a little bit because at first
Did the competition with you guys?
We-
It was a
yeah.
comp.
Yeah,
we'd do with a family
Mate.
member, not the actual
that's
family,
right,
but
yeah.
then it got really difficult with some of the families that we were helping.
Mm.
So Terry would talk to one member of the family and they would know, but
No, I know.
they'd think that Terry and I and a couple of friends
Yeah.
were coming to do
Yeah,
things.
still say.
Not like
Oh,
40,
okay.
50 people.
Right. So
So-
just got to do a couple of things around the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, I'll do
Yeah.
the lawns, Tanya will
Yeah.
do the clean the oven or something, and we'll leave some groceries.
Yeah.
Oh, so they don't know you're going to put a whole Christmas tree and everything
No.
up and
No, none of
presents
that.
and
Still-
yeah.
That's the national.
Like that's what one
Open
time we
heaters.
did a new dishwasher, and because we walk around and check the appliances as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
So like Mum, she didn't have a washing machine.
Okay.
And how many kids? 4?
Yep.
4 kids.
No
and
washing machine.
No washing machine. So we got a washing machine, a dishwasher's broken, so we got a dishwasher.
Yeah.
And and you just we walked around the house with her, and you could see, oh my goodness, and then she go, oh my,
Spot thing.
what the, yeah, it was really cool.
It's focused on like it's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's how not everyone's the same, and it's about basics.
Yes.
We're not. Christmas isn't about bells and whistles and
No,
nice to
no.
haves. It's about essentials.
Yes.
So that's why we fill the fridge, freezer, and pantry with food. We
Yeah.
take care of an appliance. Just
Car
that,
rego,
we do heaps of
power bills.
cars around. Power bills are behind.
Yeah.
A lot of the families there are going through adversity.
Yep.
They're behind in a lot of things.
course, yeah.
Um,
Because they're so caught up in what's happening
Yeah.
right now. And that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Everything else kind of falls by the wayside a little bit. Yeah.
we know the stories in full, but sometimes the stories you can't share with the crew that are coming.
Of
But the
course.
crew trusts that we have done our due diligence.
Otherwise,
Yep.
yeah.
So we go into the communities. We pick a community now, and we talk to the people in the community. So
As in like a town, like.
so it's Opuneki
Yeah,
to
yeah.
honour my mum. My mum passed away, so
Oh.
when I did her ashes, I said we're going to help out Opuneki. So they all have stories.
Yeah.
So we go to a community. We talk to all the schools. We might talk to police. People, trusted people, and then they come back with, oh, maybe you should try this family, or you could support this family. And most of the time, it's the same family,
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
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 Which shows that the town's keeping an eye on them and, you know, want
and they
to
could
help
do with a
them.
special
Yeah,
Christmas.
yeah.
So we have a $10,000 budget,
Right.
but the family don't get any money.
Yeah.
So
That's
we
good.
take care of
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
So, I think they've all been a special. There's not one that actually stands out.
No.
Are amazing, but the thing that stands out is the people that come and help us.
Yes. Yeah.
So people love it. Like we have to actually cut it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I thought I cut it at 50. I think we had 63 here this
Because
year.
it's a bit like the turning coming back for golf day every day. Like it feels like it's something you can do to help give back and make someone's life better. And what goes around comes around.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, but the golf's a nightmare because this one tries to get more teams in. I said, there's a limit. You need to stop. He goes, I don't want to let anyone down. I know, but there's a limit.
Fine, we're not talking about golf, we're talking about how
What does it mean to you guys to still carry on Melissa's legacy and fulfill that wish for her?
Oh, mate, I suppose it keeps me going.
Yeah.
It's your lifesaver.
Yes, probably you see me, I would be in a dark
Yeah,
place.
he didn't realise he was on Mel wants me to do this. I went, okay, it's cool, and I let it sink in for a little bit, and I said, do you realise why she did that? And he said she wants me to set the trust up. I went, no, because she knew that you'd be in a dark place, and she wanted to give you something to focus on and to keep you above level and
ground,
keep you
above the
going.
ground.
Yeah, and
So,
she, wow.
Yeah.
And because she knows that by doing good for others is so good for your soul. It's part of your makeup.
Yeah.
so she was a clever girl, and when I told him that, he goes, oh God, I didn't even think about it like that. Yeah.
She had though.
I always thought I made a promise that I'd do it.
Yeah.
So like, and then
Can't break it.
She knew that once he promised.
Right, that's true to his word.
and that's like, it's always in the back of my head too. I made a promise. Sometimes it's bloody hard.
Yeah.
It's been a tough journey. Like this journey's been the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it's quite a private journey, but because that's how we like it as well.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it takes its toll.
It
but
does.
it's been so good for so many other people.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain times where we've helped a child or a family or a school. Go, oh well, Mel will be pretty stoked to have done that today. But
every time you help someone, it in turn helps you guys as well.
I'd say not every time, because sometimes it's the emotion comes. It's really raw.
It can open up different.
Yeah,
well, I mean, we've helped some kids that have passed away.
Oh yeah, mate.
Oh wow.
And they're passing away.
Yeah.
And you know that journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to. Yeah, we used to share stories, a lot of stories, like on our website and stuff. And they go, oh, you know what? We realise they're not our stories to tell.
True.
So it's kind of like even our website, which Smoky Lemon do. It's like it's just telling the stories how we raise a few dollars and bring people together. Because the stories of kids' adversity, it's not our story to tell.
Yeah.
We said we're going to help them.
Yeah.
Not tell their stories.
Which
so we learned
two different things.
Yeah. And there was a couple early on, and I was like, oh my God. I couldn't sleep or kept playing. They were in my head.
What they were going through and things.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my God, you're a little girl, a little boy, or oh my God, your life's going to be so tough. And then I'm like, I can't do this every time because we help heaps of kids.
Yeah, because you're kind of doing it to help you through your grief. You can't carry the burden of others.
But he was getting too involved.
Right.
I said to him, we need to step in,
back.
do what we have to do, and then walk away.
Right.
Not stay and try and get in touch. And I said, you can't do that.
Because otherwise you have to grieve that every time.
Right, it just builds up. Just about killed me.
Yeah.
Put them in heck.
What measures did you put in for stepping away?
Me.
The boss.
Nagging him.
Yeah.
She thinks she's the boss in it.
Yeah. So what do you do? Okay. So,
oh, well, you better cut this.
Yeah.
These guys really do love each other.
Yeah, no, it was me just having to say to him, you need to stop now. We've helped them. We've finished on our path to do that. We need to step away and focus on someone else.
Yeah.
I said, he'll still go and pop in sometimes and check on someone.
With a cheeky toy voucher or something.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
But he was taking it to heart too much.
Yeah. So, Terry, you found yourself on this journey of being a keynote speaker from this situation.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like to talk, Anna.
Do you?
Yeah. As you know. I should talk to my wife, but it's for another day. I think what happened is like a lot of people would touch base. Can you come and be our guest speaker?
To talk about Mellowpuff Trust.
Yeah. So I did a lot of the old Lions clubs, beef them, Rotary clubs and women's groups, and did a whole pile of all around Taranaki.
Yeah.
Once a week, I'd be driving.
You went to Opunake once.
Went to Opunake about 3 times. I went to Harwater Street, parts here, and all over the place. And I just tell our story. And then one time I got approached by a man who'd been through a similar journey to us. He said, got a national conference coming to Taranaki. Would you be keen on being the keynote speaker? And I'm like, no, mate. I've got a story to tell, but, that's probably good, and this, how you heard it. He goes, no, I think it'd be awesome. You spoke from the heart and all this, and it was quite emotional and stuff. I'd love you to be the keynote speaker. And this particular one I agreed to. Yeah. And I said, when's the date? And he told me, and I'm like, oh, damn, I can't let him down. I was in Tauranga with the Devon Sevens team.
For Ames games.
Ames games. Yeah. It was on the Friday night, and we finished Friday at 3:00.
Right.
And I was keynote speaker at 7.
Oh, and Tauranga.
Oh my God. Yes, I got back, raced back to your player. When I got here, I was getting dressed in the car and stuff like that on that way. And
a fresh pair of trackies.
Yeah. The least we say about it, the better. I got there 5 minutes to spare.
Whoa. Had you written notes or anything?
No
notes.
No notes at all.
That's from the heart.
Yeah, mate. It's kind of how we roll.
Was that being a guest speaker all those times? Was that quite cathartic?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't want to do it, mate. I don't want to.
But you're a yes man, aren't you?
Yeah, I do, and that's again my problem. Yeah. I said yes to helping all these kids.
You always buzz.
I don't want to let anyone down.
You always buzz him when you got home.
Yeah.
you know.
You found that it was like
Yeah,
good for him.
he'd be bouncing when he got home. He goes, "Oh my God!" And I had all these people come up to me, and all these ladies were giving me hugs, and
Yeah.
you know,
So it wasn't the worst thing in the world then.
No, he made a few cry though. He said, "Oh my God!" I was looking out, and there's people crying, and
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, once I remember I was managing Taranaki secondary school rugby team. We're playing a Hawara, and again I was keynote speaker. And I go, it's on Saturday afternoon at 4.
Yeah.
Oh, oops, we got a game of rugby at 1 in Hawara. And so I thought, shit. So I finished the game, told the guys I have to go.
Yeah.
Drive up to Plymouth. And again, I got dressed in the car and I put my shirt on inside out.
oh, that's right.
And get to I was at the Devon Hotel. I sit with all the big wigs.
Yeah.
How you going? Cool. Oh, you're up.
Yeah.
And so I hadn't even sat down. You're up.
Yeah.
And then I get up and I talk about the trust. And then and it was very emotional. The crowd, it was like they were in tears, and it got me going. And I sat down and this lady goes, "Oh, wow. Was having your shirt inside out part of what?" So I was up there for like 45 minutes and I had my shirt inside out. I got so much shit. Apparently the story was good. So,
What do you think Melissa would have said about that?
oh, she probably would have.
Should be good.
Crack me up.
Shame, Daddy.
Dad, you've ruined it. No, yes.
God, he's done it again.
But it's all those little things like humour helps you through, right?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Apparently I'm quite a funny guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Tanya's not, so.
But that's what
She's not a funny guy, no.
no.
No, yeah.
Melissa and I, when she was going through this treatment, we'd always try and find something positive out of the negative.
Right. So important.
Yeah, so like when we found out that Mel got this bronchiolitis thing, we made a joke about it, and there was another specialist in there to go, "It's not funny."
Still laughing there, eh?
And Melissa's main specialist turned around and he goes, "You don't know this family. They're not going to sit here and cry about it. They're going to try and find something positive out of what they've just been told."
The humour.
He said, "So leave them alone."
Oh,
so,
you guys.
Yeah. And we were like that from day one.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise you just wouldn't survive.
No, you wouldn't.
Something you can't go doom and gloom right from the beginning, because part of it is keeping positive for her.
Absolutely.
And that's what kept her up.
Yeah.
So,
And you'd think, and then she wouldn't want you to have, to have stayed in a dark place.
No. Life, everyone will tell you life goes on, doesn't stop for anyone.
So cliche, but
yeah.
fortunately the sun keeps coming up, doesn't it?
And like, you mean how times the sun will come up tomorrow?
Yeah. All those
it's actually a
sayings.
thing,
Yeah.
I think our trust is about doing our little bit in the community, you know. Like, there's so many awesome people in Taranaki especially that have been through whatever they've been through, and they help in different ways, right? So our way is, we said we're just going to help Taranaki kids that are affected by adversity.
Right, yeah.
19 and under.
Okay.
And we did a deed, and it real simple.
Yeah. So
So we clearly know, and we could get all the nominations, and are they Taranaki kids? Because, when you got money, it can be quite interesting. And then, so it's for Taranaki kids that are affected by any type of adversity, and it doesn't matter if they're what colour they are,
Right,
where they're from, what age they're at, what their adversity is.
Everybody thought it was just kids with cancer because Mel had cancer.
Of course.
And that's why I did the get speaking.
People know.
Right, so adversity doesn't actually have to be illness. It could be a sick parent, or it could be financial reasons, or any
tragedy, abuse.
Yes, of course,
Financial's a tough one, because we kind of park that to, we know finances are, it's a challenge, even more so in this, but it's more adversity.
Like, or like the people that hadn't paid their power came from adversity because they were living with adversity.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like, stick to what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Is like how we're going to help them. So we get heaps of nominations.
Yeah.
So all the kids are nominated.
Yeah.
Mainly we get a lot through the hospital.
Yeah.
Through the services, through schools because of the age group.
Right, of course.
Communities.
Because every so often you guys will take a whole lot of toys and things up to the water-based hospital.
Yeah. So
we
still
have to do that. We have to do our shop.
Yeah. So we do a shop in May every year.
May and September.
So
sort of.
May, Melissa's passing, September, Melissa's birthday.
Yeah. So we say to the kids, well, what do you need?
Yeah, nice.
So, and they look, they make a list and then we just go get it.
Yeah.
No fuss again.
Yeah.
But basically they want to do this big social media post. Like, no, here it is.
Yeah.
Like, we'll take a photo and put it on our Facebook.
That's how we roll.
Yeah.
So there's, just doing a little bit. And what happens is heaps people like our journey. So there's heaps people behind us.
Yeah,
that,
of course.
You know, some people got a few dollars they can give to us. Yeah. Some people got a bit of time they can give to us. And some people maybe got a product or a service. I remember I was a guest speaker one time at a Lions Club, and one of them came out and said, "You know what? I've got a batch.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a batch at Urinoi. I'm going to gift you a week for a family."
Brilliant.
And I'm like, oh. So then I start telling that story. So don't think because you haven't got any money or you don't have a business. Everyone has time.
Yes, of course.
And that is why some of the things we do, like the Christmas break-in, most of the people there, man, they work, it's an hour and a half.
It's a hard slog.
Where they just muck in.
Yeah.
And you know what? We just sit back and watch.
Yeah.
We're kind of the directors of all the bus drivers, and we see how much love goes into what they're doing.
Yeah.
So
and because from having been involved in one of those, we'd never met the family, didn't know the family, but like you said before, we trust your instincts.
Yeah.
And so we don't even have a physical visual on who we're doing this for, but you don't actually need it. It's just knowing you're doing good for someone. Yeah.
So it's kind of, everyone's good at something, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Everyone's good at something. We kind of tap into what people are good at, not what they're not good at.
Yeah.
And I'll just say, like, what are you good at?
Yeah.
Or how would you like to help?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, even with our sporting events, we had the rugby match, which is...
With the pink jerseys and the pink socks.
Yeah, it's pretty special to myself because it brings together men who are affected by adversity. So 17 of the team that play have to have been had significant adversity in their lives.
Okay, yeah.
Only the inner sanctum know this.
Yeah, right.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so like when we play, to put the pink jersey on, 17 of the team have to have gone through significant adversity. And we play a school club and community, and it's just awareness.
Yeah.
We've done basketball games, which similar thing.
Yeah.
And we've had football games. Football was amazing, mate.
Yeah.
We had 2 kids with Down syndrome playing.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it was
It's the beast.
heaven on a plate.
Yeah.
To be honest, they stole the show. But when
Away from you.
yeah, no, I was like, but when it's part of when you see the joy on people's faces, or you see men and women who have been through something, and we come together, and we also like share your story, or I ask people if they want to share this story when we're doing our Jersey presentation. It's like so emotional, but we're not the only ones on this journey.
No, you feel like you've got a whole lot of other people.
I think we're helping.
Yeah.
We've got guys whose siblings have taken their lives, or tragic accidents, incidents. There's some pretty amazing stories. I mean, car crashes where families have been killed and stuff like that. It's kind of like, wow, we all go through something.
We do.
Ours was cancer. Someone else might be something else. So it's kind of in a way that you bring people together and take them on the journey with you. But it's not scripted or anything.
No. And how neat that it was your daughter asking you to do this.
Yeah.
And look at it now.
She got it.
Yeah.
What comes around goes around.
And she also had a thing about wanting to make people smile. She said it's a gift you can give and it's free.
Wow.
And she just liked to see people smile.
Yeah.
So.
And that is the your raising of her as parents. What the effect you had on her as well, and like you guys, you created that, and that's something you should be so proud of. And I met Melissa personally. I did some fundraising with Bandana Day at Camp. We were in Inglewood shaking the buckets, and I loved her energy. And I'm just so grateful that you guys have come on the podcast today. I know you are private people, and thank you for feeling comfortable to share your story with me. Next time you see Tanya, she may have bright pink hair.
Yeah.
Because you do it in May.
How much does it cost to get your hair done?
Don't ask that.
Doesn't matter. You don't pay for it, so if you paid for it, you'd have the right.
So, thank you guys. I really appreciate you sharing your story.
Thank you for asking us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything you want to add, Terry? Feels like you might.
Once
he
I reckon. Yeah, just if you want to get involved, people just, if you want to get involved, touch base with us. I think we've got a massive list of volunteers, and it's kind of just at the right time. It's probably the thing is we have a lot of people that want to help. We're getting better at saying, absolutely, we love your help.
For sure.
Whereas we used to do it all ourselves. But there's so many people been on this journey. We're talking to you now, but I could list so many people that have been part of it. It's not our journey, it's everyone's journey. So.
Exactly. Well, it's a journey you created for everyone to walk on together. So it's something to be very proud of.
I will say I find it hard sometimes getting compliments from people for what we do.
Yeah.
Because to me, we're just fulfilling our daughter's wish.
Of course, yeah.
So I don't think we've kind of really taken how much we've affected.
Yeah.
We know we've helped people, but
Yeah.
I don't think sometimes we realise how much until somebody says.
Sees it back. Because
Yeah.
your end goal was just to fulfil what Melissa
Yeah.
asked for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're shocking at helping other people. We just do random stuff. So
Yeah, true.
my bank balance does not
Yeah.
too good some weeks because I just pay for someone's groceries or fill the tank up.
Were you, like, just on your own if you're at the supermarket or...
Yeah.
Mate.
And I'm the same like that at work because
Yeah.
where I work,
Get countdown.
if I can see somebody's like a couple of dollars short, I'll just get my card and I said, there you go, go for
And that's not even Mellowpuff. That's
No,
just you
no,
guys.
yeah.
No, we still probably the bane of my life sometimes, but you know when you do something for someone else,
It fills your...
and then
Yeah.
and I don't hang around and watch. Well, sometimes you watch. Like I paid for someone's Subway yesterday. It was like that you could see them walk out the shop, going, "Where is that person?"
Well, yeah, what just happened?
Yeah, someone just shouted me lunch.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, man, sometimes what's life about? Man,
Yeah.
putting a smile on someone's face, and exactly what Tan said. That's
Yeah.
it. So what do you hope to achieve from helping these kids put a smile on their face?
Yeah.
And it's going, yeah, we can do that every day.
Yeah.
Let them know they're just as special as
Shout
everyone
someone a
else.
coffee.
Yeah.
Amount of dinners we've paid for. Amount of groceries we've bought. Amount of, you know, when you,
Oh, you're starting to let me know now what he's doing.
yeah,
Have you guys got separate bank accounts or what?
yeah, sort of. I remember at Christmas time one time I was like, yep, no, sweet, we're financially set, we've got holidays and stuff, and then I look at, oh shit. I just paid someone's groceries and I'm like, look at it, I was like $400. I'm like, oops.
Because I suppose
Don't tell Tanya.
No, but I'm in charge of the finance.
No.
So I look and I go, hang on, what's this here? And he's, oh, yeah,
So I think if you're in a position to help someone,
or even if you're
do
not,
it.
then
yeah.
yeah,
It's the thing, like, we don't have a lot of money, but, I mean, growing up, I can remember from a family of 6 that sometimes my mum and dad will have like $2 left at the end of the week to survive till next payday.
Yeah.
And I don't like seeing people struggling to try and buy something. So if I can, like a co-worker goes, oh, you must have a lot of money. I said, no, I don't. I said,
Just
but I'm
got a
not
lot of
going to, I'm not going to see someone struggle.
yeah.
You know, $2.
we don't have a lot of money in it because Tanya buys lots of Christmas decorations.
Okay, now's the time to cut it. Good ending. Shout out to the Christmas.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Jenny.
Oh, wow. Gold card.
Okay.
Okay. The Clippers.
And we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Terry and Tanya. Always a laugh with these two.
Oh, mate. Too
He's
easy.
got to get out that door yet.
That's why I'm sitting.
Catch you on the next podcast.